as always on social media, people put out their best lives, you see the best version of themselves, but that's often not the reality of it. And that happens with freelancing as well. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 brutal truths about freelancing that you should know before you get started. So hi there, delighted to have you here at First Year Freelancing. As always, we're here to help you on your freelance journey. You're awesome at your skill. We provide the rest you need to succeed, including client relations, marketing, and sales. So let's get into it. So when you do a great job for clients, sometimes that can actually have a negative effect on your long-term relationship with them. And let me explain what I mean by that. When you're freelancing, let's say you're a graphic designer, you're a developer, you're a digital marketer, whatever it is you might be doing, your client is at a certain stage in their process. Now, they've brought you in for a purpose, of course, to deliver on a project. Maybe you're on a retained basis, and the better work that you do can almost inversely actually damage your long-term working relationship and your financial gain off that client, because what can actually happen is their business will grow, they will benefit from the great work you're doing, and they'll get to a point where they'll make a decision to either get an agency on board or maybe bring somebody in-house to replace the work that you're doing. Sometimes at that point you can get offered the internal role, by the way, and I would always say avoid that if you've got a great freelance business, but obviously the decision's up to you. But the point I'm trying to make here is you won't often get told this, but the better the work you do, sometimes that can come back where you actually lose some of your greatest clients because you're doing such a good job, they grow and they almost outgrow your service. Not that you didn't have good relationships with them and everything was going very well, and you will definitely get a great case study and testimonial and potentially referrals off that client, but you can lose clients because you're doing great work. The second point is around marketing. I always talk about this quite a lot in these videos for you, but if you stop marketing yourself, you're soon going to be forgotten, and the hunt for new business never ever ends, so you cannot stop marketing yourself. If you get to a point where you're so busy with client work that you take out that part of your schedule which is assigned to your own marketing and sales, you will regret that in future months, because even though things might look rosy at that time, things can change very quickly. Groups of projects can come to an end at a similar time. As I said earlier, maybe you're doing a great job for some of your long-term clients and all of a sudden they've taken a decision to bring on an agency and they no longer need your service. That can come as a bit of a shock. But if you're marketing yourself consistently with new leads and prospects and opportunities, it won't be significantly damaging to your business because you can soon replace that client. However, if you stop marketing yourself, you can get to a position where you have no leads and prospects and you're under a lot of pressure, and that's when I've seen freelancers take on the wrong type of projects, the wrong clients, underpricing themselves, and that you can get into a dangerous spiral there. So ensure you're consistently marketing yourself, because if you don't, people will forget about you. They'll move on, they'll go to other people who are marketing more promptly in your sector, and they will be getting the lion's share of the opportunities out there. The third point is it's very hard to switch off when you work for yourself. Often there's lots of debates about work-life balance, and some people say obviously as a freelancer you have a lot more flexibility with that, which is true, but when you build up a significant freelance business with lots of repeat clients and you really have a great established process and you're billing the right rates so that you're financially getting compensated for your time at the right levels, but it is still extremely difficult when you work for yourself to completely switch off from your work. So the best thing you can do is do projects that you love, work with clients that you enjoy working with, because it's less of a need to switch off on that work-life balance. Not to say that you can't or shouldn't do it, but it's very difficult when you work for yourself. You will always be thinking on the weekend, oh, that little project, I need to do this, I need to plot this, whereas maybe as an employee it was much more easy to switch off at the end of a kind of day and that was it when you left the office. Whereas a freelancer, particularly if you're working from home, is another challenge with that, is that you can get into a situation where it's hard to switch off. So you need to be aware of that, because that is the cold hard reality of being a freelancer. There are ways to mitigate it, but the reality is you will definitely have some challenge with that part of it. So I'm going to link to a marketing playlist that I've created which has lots of videos around marketing. So on that second point I made there, if you stop marketing yourself, you'll be forgotten. These are the things you can do to make sure that that doesn't happen. So go through that playlist and do take a look at anything that could add value for your freelance business. Hope you found this one useful as always, and I will see you on the next one.